It already looks really kind of filled in with the landscaping. I love dogs. Hi, Zola, beautiful dog.
You heard the story, huh?
It looks terrific. I can already tell that light illuminates up this at night. Oh yeah, look at that Buddha. That's cool.
This is my Zen place here.
Amen. Got some fancy goldfish.
What do you think that is?
Looks like a dinosaur crab.
It's exactly what it is.
Are you serious? What a guess! Welcome to living the Aquascape lifestyle. Okay, is this the biggest pond that you've ever built, or?
Not the biggest one we've ever built. This is probably one of the more detail-oriented ponds that we've done. This pond has all the bells and whistles. You'll have to check it out. I actually have a vlog of this.
Oh, okay. We'll put a link to Jay's vlog of the construction of this. Okay. And I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy, and it's all about showcasing how people, including in Arcadia, Oklahoma, with Jay Custom Ponds and Waterfalls, Oklahoma Ponds, builds water features. Let's check out another beautiful Aquascape Ecosystem water feature. Oh, wow. I love how you just turn the corner and you're greeted by that. Dude, this is gorgeous. When was it built?
Oh, we built this in September.
It already looks really kind of filled in with the landscaping. Yeah. Hey, high five on that waterfall.
Thanks, man.
That is, come on, give it up for that. Look at that beautiful waterfall and that sound and that crystal clear water. Looks like they got some offspring, some little fish in here. They need some bigger fish. But wow, look at how clear that water is. I love the seating area in the back here. Just like this. So are the homeowners home?
Yeah, he'll be here in just a little bit.
Oh, okay. So actually, we could just hang out here and chill. Okay, guess what the one thing I'm going to tell you you can improve on?
Planting.
Aquatic plants. Crazy that this pond is this clear with this much sun. It's full sun out here in Oklahoma, hot day. But you can see the plants need to be in bigger containers, which is a trend that I see with many. And that one's almost dead. Certified Aquascape conifers. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this design an 11.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the landscaping. What a beautiful backyard. Gorgeous backyard. This is basically not even a full year old.
No, not even a full year.
Wow, it looks terrific. So love this waterfalls up front here too. Gorgeous. And this entire thing is filtered with one Biofalls 6000. Tell me if that works or not. Lava rocks, crystal clear water. That is the biological filter for that size pond. Normally I would go with a wetland, but obviously it's working. And I love the light here. I can already tell that light illuminates up this at night. Hello.
Kelly Todd.
Kelly.
Kelly.
The Pond Guy, Greg.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Oh, was this your idea? It's got to be your idea. It's so awesome.
With the pond?
Yeah.
Yeah. We originally started with the thought of a swimming pool.
Oh, you said this.
Yeah.
And you actually started building a swimming pool.
Yeah,
There was a little family rivalry.
Competition, yes. But then we decided that is so silly. I mean, we're going to do it where we want for us. And so this was our dream, but Jay really did it. I mean, I just sort of had, I want
So
pond.
what was, talk about this. How did your dream go? Oh, can I see the pup?
Oh, yeah. Come on out, Zola.
I love dogs. Hi, Zola. Beautiful dog. Beautiful.
Zola.
Okay, so how did you go from a swimming pool to a pond?
Well, the hole was sitting there, or partial hole, for 6 months.
Okay.
Because it was just kind of like, don't know, all this kind of the expense, all of that. And then we're like, well, I guess we just fill it in and have that. We were like, you know what? We've got a hole. Let's think about doing a pond.
Where did that come from? Because most people don't think of ponds.
Because I am a huge outdoor person, very into landscaping, all of this. It's like, what can we do? The backyard is far bigger than we ever really even expected. And so this fills the great thing.
Okay, so it's a new house.
New house.
Uh-huh.
Yes. We can hear a little bit of the turnpike noise still. So it's like, what can we do? Because in the pool, we were going to put a waterfall feature.
Yes.
Which is one of the big things. So it's like, what can I do to drown out some of the noise? We were like, let's do a pond with a waterfall.
Amen.
But then it way morphed into this because we have so much space. And Jay was like, we want to do this zero edge waterfall thing. Like, oh my gosh, go for it.
How did you find Jay?
On YouTube.
That is exactly what it was.
Nice.
I went to find something, and you were doing one where?
Seminole.
In Seminole. I was actually getting ready to say Seminole, and I thought surely I didn't get it right. And I just saw them digging this big pond, and I watched the video, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. I'm going to give him a call and see what he can do, and this is the end result.
So now,
better than we expected.
Amen.
And I'm not just saying that. It is. And every time we have guests over, they're like, oh, my neighbor has a pond, but she has, I've never seen anything like this.
right,
This is
which they
amazing."
wouldn't say if you had a pool. They say, oh, that's nice.
Everybody has a pool. Yeah. I'm literally outside, have coffee every morning. I'm always outside, always. So
Right,
this is-
and there's nothing that will draw somebody outside the way a water feature will.
it's so
Because it's
gorgeous.
birds, it's wildlife,
Yes.
and it's always
And we've
changing.
had it all. In the pond, we've had snakes, of course, 1,000 toads and frogs, turtles.
Yeah,
everything.
build it and they will come, nature.
Yep, tons of birds, lots of dragonflies, and warblers that come drink out of the squirrels. That right there is where the squirrels drink. They
Uh-huh.
all come and get it out of their own little spots.
I guarantee you every day you wake up and look outside at the pond.
It's all, every day. And you notice every single window looks out toward it.
All right, so this is our large pond in Arcadia, Oklahoma that we did almost a year ago. So all this was just flat dirt this time last year. This is our negative edge spillway. So it comes up, when we designed this, we actually had to line up these rocks right here. Pond water level is gonna be on the outside. So it takes a lot of grade shots and a lot of attention to detail to pull off that negative edge look. And then it comes down into our large basin that has our large Aquablox in here. This is a year ago. I believe this is about 12 or 1,400 gallon basin that's down here. I think it actually comes out to here, and then we just kind of overlap our liner and then backfill dirt around it so we can shrink in that basin. So it's not so big and it's not a large, just kind of rock garden. We don't want that look. An idea that I stole off of Brian Helfrich is we put liner underneath this. So when that water comes down, it pools on top of that liner before it percolates through the gravel and down. So we get to create that little pooling area right there. Our pump vault is actually hidden back up in here. And I believe this is about a 20 by 16 pond, might be 22. I have to look back at my notes on it. Large machine placed boulders that go all the way through. I know they've got grandkids that love to play on this thing and walk around. And this rock right here was really cool and really fun to set because it goes out over the pond and the water gets to go right underneath. The fish can swim underneath it just the same. And then we wanted just a nice flooding stream. So nothing too extravagant right here. We kind of wanted something that's just nice and long and stretched. And we've got the big spillway here. And this pond looks beautiful at night. This was almost a year ago that we did this project, but I'm pretty sure it took 4 of us 2.5 weeks to put this together. We started down here at the basin and then we worked our way up into the pond and then up towards the waterfall.
So they become your pets, don't they?
Oh, they do. I'm gonna let all these babies winter and see which ones actually make it. But of the 20 babies, there are 3 pretty ones. And then we've got a neighborhood pond that, the ones that just turn out being, just ugly.
Dark colored. How you doing?
Well, I'm Michael Ty.
Hey, Michael, the pond guy, Greg Wittstock.
Yes.
I wanted to see if we can get these fans to go a little faster.
Yeah.
So you heard the story, huh?
So this was her idea, huh?
Kelly is out here. I mean, this is her.
It's therapy.
It's her haven.
Kids, grandkids,
They love it as well.
it too.
Well, what grandkid wouldn't with animals and waterfalls? And
They're out here all the time.
so this is a new hobby for you guys. How's it been?
It has been a learning curve.
Yeah.
But the water's crystal clear, and I couldn't believe it was
Oh,
this clear without a wetland. It's a
really?
big pond.
Yeah, it is. Kelly loves landscaping and nature.
Yes.
And as a result, I have started to develop the love for that as well.
Amen.
This is 100% her maintaining.
Well, it looks fantastic, and it's your therapy, right?
It is.
Be out here weeding, planting. When I first walked up here, I didn't believe it was here since September because the plants look so good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, this heat wave has taken its toll. But Jay, just amazing. His eye for detail.
He's an artist.
He is an artist, and if you look, and that's the one thing we just really love, is it doesn't look like this was just stuck here. He just paid such attention to the lay of the land, making everything look natural. And
Beautiful stone. I love this rock over here, hanging over the edge.
I love this one. I love the two on the other side. Well, actually, there's not a whole lot of
Yeah.
that I don't love. Love my moss one. It looks like it was here.
That's the goal.
They do not look like they were placed.
When it's just 3 years old with the plants, it's going to look like it's going to be a paradise.
But yeah,
It already is.
looks like this has always been here, and just love it.
That's a goal. Yeah, we couldn't get in that gate. Hi, Mike, the pond guy, Greg.
Mike Lovell.
Nice to meet you too. So I heard you had an existing pond that this young man upgraded.
Big time.
All right, let's go check it out. Another beautiful Aquascape Ecosystem water feature. Your Zen place, I love it. How long have you lived here?
I've owned this house since '94.
Okay, for a while. You a gardener?
My wife is.
Okay.
Me, I have rocks. You can't kill rocks.
I like that. Can't kill rocks. Oh, very nice.
Well, we had a smaller pond. It was about probably this little end right here, and
Okay.
it got really cold a couple winters ago, and it all froze, and
Fish
I
died.
plugged the pump in, and boy, that was the end of that.
Was it a preformed pond or was
No,
it
it was
a...
one of those rubber mats on it there.
Did you build it or a landscaper? Or...
The landscaper built it. But
Okay.
It was getting old. It was leaking. I was thinking about upgrading anyway, and that just sort of pushed me right over the edge.
And then how did you find Jay?
Just searching on the internet,
Uh-huh.
found him in Oklahoma Ponds. It kind of speaks for itself there.
It does.
You know, so I
So-
called up Jay. He comes over and we have a look at it. And the thing about him and his pond, see, I set up on the patio. That's where I sit. You notice the slope goes this way.
Yes.
Right? But Jay wouldn't have none of that, so he builds this thing up this way so that I
Yep.
can enjoy the waterfall and the
And the
pond
sound.
from the front and the sound.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I love it. Got me a bench over there. Got my Buddha statue right here.
Like you said, it's your Zen area, so...
Zen place.
Oh yeah, look at that Buddha. That's cool.
This is my Zen place here.
Amen. Very nice. Got some fancy goldfish. Compare and contrast the old pond versus the new one.
Well, the old one was probably from about here over.
Yep.
Just a small little pond here. And you see that one big fish in there. He's the only survivor from the other pond. I had about 8 of those, and the parents decided it was a fish buffet one day, and he was the only smart enough one to hide. So he survived.
Yeah, there is such thing as fish intelligence,
Uh-huh.
but I see that Jay put an intake bay in here, so I'm imagining the maintenance got cut down a little bit on this pond versus the old
Maintenance
one.
got cut down tremendously because the other one had one of those screens you had to come out and wash. The pump would get,
Yeah.
clogged up. The pump
Yeah.
starts sucking air.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this thing's pretty much maintenance free. I put water in it because of the summer heat.
Yeah.
You know, it evaporates.
Top it off and then feed the fish and...
Pretty much it.
Amen.
Clean that thing out every once in a while. All the muck that gets collected in there every now and then.
And does your wife like it too?
Oh yeah, she loves it. She said, yeah, that's all yours. But once it got built, well now okay, now she really likes it too.
So you made a good decision.
There's a lot that had to go on here. So when we first came out for our consultation, it was just a small pond right here. And it was kind of a stacked up water feature and it was leaking on all sides. The liner was really old and there was only one goldfish that was surviving in there. And one of these same lilies were in the pond as well. Mike called me up and says he's got an old pond and he wants to redo it. So during our consultation, when I first came out to visit with him, let's get on this side here. This concrete or flagstone patio actually came out all the way to here. And what we did is we talked about, okay, well, let's cut this in a nice round area so that this kind of comes down and terminates right at the edge of the pond. Let's do an intake bay back here, so cut down on that maintenance. What we also had to talk about too was by bringing this grade up and leveling it off with the patio, we had to sacrifice a lot of height with the waterfall. So what we did in that case was we just did a nice meandering stream with some large pooling areas to give that effect. So we've got really small, I think it's about 8 or so inches of actual waterfalls, but we got the nice large pooling area and stream.
So smart move to have the water feature facing the house. Okay, so tell me about this collection, because this is pretty impressive. What is this, by the way?
This is feldspar with albite, and it comes from Brazil.
Okay.
This right here is a good one.
Okay.
What do you think that is?
It looks like a dinosaur crab.
It's exactly what it is.
Are you what a guess!
I had that on my desk in my office, and people would look at it.
Eat your heart out, pond professor. Dinosaur poop.
People would look at it, and I said, it's exactly what you think it is.
Now, how many people guess on their first thing?
They would look and look.
Was I the first guy?
You're the first guy that
I'm brilliant.
actually grabbed it.
I'm assuming this is kind of like a lifelong hobby of yours?
It is. That right there is one of the oldest rocks in the world. That is over 2.5 billion years old, and it represents the oxygenation of the earth. Basically, it's iron. You see the rust in there?
Oh, yeah.
Where this iron became oxidized.
Yes.
The earth started getting oxygen. 2.5 billion years old, and it's really heavy.
Well, if you're an oil and gas guy, I guess this is kind of a natural next step.
Yes.
Really cool, dude. I love seeing people's unique collections. Really neat. And dinosaur poop.